Welcome to the Roundhouse here in Gilbert, Iowa for tonight's regional game between the Gilbert Tigers and the Grinnell Tigers. Did you know the last stimulus package, it was actually mandated in there, every school in the state of Iowa will be changed their name to Tigers just to make it easier on us, Troy.
That's fantastic.
Troy Stout and Trent Becker on the YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We're going to have a rematch from last year's playoffs. Grinnell Tigers came to town. That was the last game before the Gilbert Tigers made it to state. They had to defeat the Grinnell Tigers. Grinnell gets to come back up here for a rematch. A really good high school basketball game last year. I think tonight's game will be the same way.
I agree. It's going to be a great fight. It's going to be, again, Tiger versus Tiger. This isn't to go to state on the line here, but it's to move on for the right to play for state in the next game.
That would be cool if we could just beat Grinnell and go to state, but there's going to be a couple more games after this one, I believe. At least one more.
One more after this one.
One more.
Yep.
Yeah, because we got to buy
the first round. So Grinnell won their first round matchup, and they've got a pretty good record coming into tonight as well. They finished third in their conference, and a tough conference similar to ours. We'll take a break here for the national anthem that's going to be played.
Tim Pizzetti and Jen Schnormeyer in a two-man band playing the national anthem for us. The Gilbert Tigers come in tonight, 15-6, 12-5 in the Raccoon River Conference. That was good enough for fourth. Tigers were in the number 2 slot most of the year and kind of a little slump in the middle of the season. They dropped down to fourth. Grinnell 15-7. Did you already say all this?
No, I just said they finished third, and then we kicked off the national anthem. You're doing a fantastic job.
They're 15-7, so similar record, 9-5 in their league. Didn't play quite as many games in their league as we did, but I think two pretty good teams. I remember last year, Grinnell they'll shoot it from anywhere on the floor.
Yep.
And I think the leading scorer in that game last year was Meredith McKnight. I think she had 4 or 5 3-pointers, ended up with 22 points.
Yep.
She will start tonight, as will Ivy Schmidt, Sydney Kenkel, Leah Harris, Meredith McKnight, and Hayden Hull. There's the toss, and we're underway. Bowman's tip going on. Am I doing play-by-play or you? I didn't know. We didn't really discuss
this. You're good.
This.
You're doing great. I'll do the little fill-ins and stuff like that.
All right. Grinnell controls the tip. They're on offense now. You got some video there, so until I learn the girls' names, I'll probably let you just kind of watch that as they're kicking around the perimeter. Tigers in a man-to-man defense.
Yeah, Kitty Kearns, Emma Bowman, Thea Rado, Sydney Lynch, and Nessa Johnson are the Tigers that started the game tonight.
Tigers defend well on that drive. Now a 3 from the far corner. That was Hayden Hull. Her 3 no good, but Grinnell will control the rebound. Now another 3 ball up. That'll be off the iron. That was Sydney Kenkel. Fight for the rebound. Nessa Johnson's going to come out of that 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, a couple opportunities there for Grinnell. Couldn't quite get it down. Tigers finally corral the rebound.
Sydney Lynch gets the start tonight, as you probably heard. Ava Hawthorne on the shelf with a bad wing. Bowman will drive in, gets pinched off. Lynch will put it on the floor. She's going to float one up in the lane. Batted back out. Tigers retain possession. Now Kearns with the 3 ball. No good.
A couple decent looks there for the Tigers. A really good tip out there on the offensive rebound by Sydney Lynch as the Tigers are able to dig one from behind and get a steal.
Schmidt coming in. Didn't realize she had a Tiger on her bumper and knocked away. Tigers. If I say Tigers, I mean Gilbert. Try to call Grinnell. Who knows what I'm going to say, Troy. Thanks for listening wherever you're at up there in YouTube land tonight. on a brisk, beautiful day today in Gilbert, but kind of a cool night tonight. The sun has went down. It's cooled off. Kearns drives in. Now back out to Johnson.
Tigers being patient on the offensive end. Grinnell being really picky with the defense, really stingy.
Badgering Sydney Lynch there. Now Bowman with the ball. She'll give to Kearns. Kearns is going to drive. Might have got a forearm in the lumbar region, but she's all right.
Yeah, a lot of contact being allowed so far on the dribbling.
Good defensive stand here by Grinnell. Lynch will fire a three on the baseline, and that'll swish in.
Really good to see her hit a corner three there.
Just a sophomore. Sydney Lynch, saw her play a lot refereeing some of the JV games this year, Troy. She can get after it. Driving out of the basket by McKnight. She fires it, no good. Good defense there by Rado.
Really
Bowman
good job
control.
of staying straight up by Thea.
Now Bowman's going to take it down, kick it in the corner. Lynch is going to get an identical shot of one she just made. Misses this one.
Grinnell pushing the ball this time. Gets into the lane and able to get their first points of the night.
I look down, we got a text from the Dayharsh family. Remember the Dayharshes that went to school here? They're watching in Illinois. They have YouTube in Illinois.
Really?
Yes.
Is that a new thing?
It is. YouTube was under quarantine. Lynch really getting badgered. That was a single leg takedown, Troy. I thought that was illegal in basketball, but Leah Harris will tie up Lynch 35 feet from the basket.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of contact being allowed up front. That will stay Gilbert basketball after the tie-up here.
At one point, she lifted Lynch's leg off the ground, and Bowman will kind of quiet the crowd with a 18-footer. It goes down.
That'll be interesting to see how this gets called, because there has not been a foul called yet, and there's been a lot of contact on both ends.
That's McKnight misses the long three. Johnson will clear the rebound. Now give it to Kearns. Kearns will push it up quickly, but she's going to go all the way in. Fires up a wild shot, no good. Rado fights for the rebound. Ball tipped away from behind by Bowman to Johnson. Johnson will get the steal. Now Kearns with three. I think that was blocked. Now Rado's going to go up. First foul of the game is going to go on Hayden Hull. She's going to send Thea Rado to the line for two shots. Yeah, I would agree. I officiated two games this morning, so I'm not here to – I'm not saying that it's not being officiated well. I'm just saying they're letting them play. I think that's fair analysis.
Yeah, and you know, games are called differently, and so far that was one that was a pretty obvious foul. The girl was going to make Thea earn these on the line, which she hits the first one. And, as far as letting them play up on top, they are so far letting them really hand check and really dig.
Now Rado's second free throw kisses the rim backboard and goes off, no good. 6-2 Tigers lead, the Gilbert Tigers.
Really aggressive defenses on both ends so far.
This is McKnight, number 20, ball batted around. Tigers are going to get it. Rado will give it to Bowman. Rado with the steal, but credit Bowman with just really good defense.
And they're even doubling up top on really trying to fluster the Tigers.
Trying to create some turnovers. They're doing a pretty good job so far. Johnson will drive in, floats the left-hander, no good, but Rado, like Wonder Woman flying in there, clears the rebound. Lynch is really getting badgered out front by, that's Von Coppernol that's in there now. I don't think she started, but she's.
And they've got to find a way to take advantage of that. If somebody's being super aggressive up top, you got to be able to drive and make them pay for that.
Pass to Rado goes through her hands. It's going to be taken away by Van Coppernol, number 25. She's got the ball right now, working on Lynch. Tigers in a man-to-man defense. Lauren Pease is in now, too. That's number 11. Sydney
Bowman
Kinkle
with another tip.
Yep, Kinkle got it taken away from her. Tigers get the ball back here. As soon as the Tigers cross half court, they're being badgered. A little bit less persistent on this possession. Lynch has got it down to Rado on the baseline. She's going to try to get to Johnson. That was just probably an ill-advised pass there. Now the ball's on the floor. And Cruz and McKnight end up tussling. State wrestling tournament today. I think we've seen lots of moves like that. I think Fernando's wrestling for third place tonight.
He got third place.
He did get it. It's over.
Yep,
Okay, I haven't been watching.
Just the finals today, so congratulations to him. Cale Eiley also on the podium today.
He got 7th or 8th. I know he couldn't finish any worse than 8th.
Yep.
That's an accomplishment, Troy. Just getting to the state tournament accomplishment, getting on that stand is unbelievable.
That podium is huge, yeah.
So congratulations to both of those guys. 3rd and 8th place finish between. Shot up now, long three. No good. Lynch had done a great job blocking out. The rebound went to the only place on the floor where nobody was standing. Now they're going to call Cruz for a foul. Compared to some of the stuff we saw, it seemed fairly
interesting.
Fairly tame in the grand scheme of things.
Might be that part of the game where the refs realize there's a lot of contact going on, maybe try to rein it in a little bit.
I've been there before, Troy.
Yep.
I've had to buckle down. You've reffed some basketball too. Drive in now by Hull. They're going to call the Gilbert Tigers for a push. She'll go to the free throw line now to shoot. They're going to call that on Cruz again.
And so we got, who did you say we have at the line, number 42, right? Hull?
Yep. It's Hayden Hull. She'll put the first one. It's Hayden, Haidyn. I kind of like the sound of that name.
Yeah, not bad.
Hayden. If you're a Hawkeye fan, you probably really like it. What's that?
She's one of their second leading scorers at 11.6 per game, along with Meredith McKnight. Their leading scorer is Ivy Schmidt, number 20.
I think we've heard from Schmidt yet. I don't believe she scored. She's not currently on the floor for Grinnell.
Pressure here from Grinnell.
Katie Kearns and Frisk is going to call. Mike Frisk tried to call a timeout, and Gilbert's going to lose the possession. The official was looking down at the baseline where he should have been looking, and Frisk did not get the timeout that he wanted, Coach Frisk. So that will send the ball back to Grinnell. 2:31 to play here in the first quarter, in a frenetically paced first quarter. Drive into the lane now by McKnight. Tigers get the rebound. Kearns. Tigers will push it back up quickly. Bowman's going to go all the way in through traffic with the left hand, no good. Rado with the rebound, up off the glass, no good. Batted back right into the hands of Keely Idle.
A lot of helter-skelter out there going on.
Holy smokes.
Sides, yes.
Long three now by Idle. Idle is good.
And that'll give Grinnell their first lead of the game. Pressure again from Grinnell.
Lynch with the ball now. Thought about pushing it up. Now she's going to be double-teamed in the corner. Pretty quick whistle there, and I think I know why. I think the teeter-totter. So Lynch, sophomore, in a big game here tonight, will handle the point guard duties. Emma Bowman, Nessa Johnson. Now Ellie Bowman's in the game, as is Kearns remains in the game. Emma Bowman's brother-in-law to be, Jordan Ock, is in here. Remember Jordan?
Oh, yeah.
Played a little football for the Tigers. Stolen away now by Grinnell. That's McKnight. She'll push it quickly on Bowman. Bowman blocks it, retains possession. So Bowman gets knocked to the floor and the ball goes out of bounds. It's going to go back to Grinnell. McKnight now with the inbounds. I got mixed up. That Schmidt is 20. I had 20 and 40 mixed around. They're going to get a basket out of that. That's Idle. Schmidt
nice
is
little take there by Idle.
20. McKnight is 40. I had him switched around in my brain. Okay. Long pass. Tried to get it to Ellie Bowman, but Bowman had kind of broken off her route, and that's going to be a turnover. Grinnell's got the ball back now. Schmidt now to McKnight. McKnight goes to the left hand, and Ellie Bowman quickly pinches her off. Good defense. Ooh. She's going to step through.
Ooh, that looked like an extra step.
It's called the LeBron James. All knocked away now. Lynch is going to have it. Well, if you thought this was going to be a walk the ball up the court kind of slow night, you're going to be sadly disappointed. I don't think anybody's going to be disappointed, though, Troy. This is a good ball game.
Yep, for sure.
Two good teams going at it. And Bowman working on Schmidt. Probably got away with a push off there. Kearns drives in. And she's going to be fouled before the shot. Tigers have the ball on the baseline.
Yeah, definitely calling it a little tighter now. Rado will enter the game.
I would agree.
For Ellie Bowman. Ellie.
So one of my broadcast goals tonight is to not call Emma Bowman Addie Bowman. Apparently I'm notorious for doing that.
Oh, there you go.
Addie graduated. Now Johnson with the three in the corner, swishes it in. Tigers needed that desperately. Troy?
Yeah, for sure. I think there was like a 7-0 run there, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Maybe might have even been 9-0.
Knight drives in, gives it to Kenkel in the corner. Harris has got it. Now this is Schmidt. Kenkel and McKnight will put it on the floor. She's going to drive in. Had to go around Rado. That's a pretty good shot.
Yeah, that's
I don't know how she got that in traffic. Grinnell's going to play a lot of full court or three-quarter court defense tonight. I kind of like that, except when they're hassling my Tigers. Kearns drives in. Fires up a shot, no good. That's how the first quarter's going to end. I haven't even caught my breath yet. That was about as wild a first quarter of girls high school basketball that I've seen, Troy. The Tigers will be on the short end, 13-9 as we go to the second quarter.
Yeah, that was full of action and kind of expected that. Grinnell very, very aggressive on the defensive end. Like we mentioned, they've got the full court, three-quarter court, pick them up right after half court, really pressuring the top. And I think that's really their goal, is to really put pressure on the guards right now. And so they got the 4-point lead there. Gilbert had the early lead in the game, and Grinnell went on a little run there. Tigers responded with a 3, like you said, that they desperately needed. But going to have to kind of gain their composure a little bit on the offensive end and try and wear down this defense a little bit more.
This is certainly, I'm not going to dwell on this, but having an experienced ball handler like Ava Hawthorne, I'm sure Grinnell knows she's not playing and going to try to exploit that. I tell you, Sydney Lynch is a very, very good ball handler, as good as anybody the Gilbert Tigers have. She's going to earn it tonight.
So that was 10 minutes of the night right there, and that was a quarter. Actually, probably a little bit less even, because I don't think we got started right at 7. So
seems so long ago. So Lynch back in at the point guard now. Boy, she just got her pocket picked by Leah Harris. Harris is going to drive in on Lynch and get the shot up. She's going to be fouled by Lynch and go to the free throw line. Leah Harris with lightning fast hands just swiped that ball away from Lynch, took it down and got fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. 7 seconds into the second quarter. That's how we'll start this period. Harris swishes it through beautifully. So Kearns, Bowman, Nessa Johnson, Theorato, and Lynch on the floor for the Tigers right now. Nessa Johnson clears that rebound. Rado now with the 3. Kisses off the glass and the iron. It bounces around. Grinnell's got it.
Looking around a little bit here, too.
McKnight gives it to Kenkel. And Grinnell will reset now with Schmidt at the point. Number 20 goes between her legs a couple of times. And she'll kick it out. This is Kenkel. She's going to drive in on Rado. Dishes it down on the baseline. That was a good pass where Lauren Pease misses the short jump shot. Tigers get the rebound and will reset their offense here. Rado on the baseline. Johnson, top of the key, passes on the 3. Now Bowman will fire 3 far baseline. Hits the back iron. Long rebound to Schmidt. Leah Harris brings it up quickly. Kenkel. Now this is Schmidt. She'll fire the 3.
It's one of the better looks she's gotten tonight.
High rebound. Theorato had it and tried to get it to Emma Bowman, but throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, ended up kind of getting on the ground there. The ball, she went after it, good effort, and tried to get it out of there before she got tied up, but
I think she thought Rado was going to release, and she didn't. She kind of led her a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of like Tom Brady to Rob Gronkowski. Ball screen now, fired through there. Harris is going to go with the left hand. Kenkel knocked away by Emma Cruz. Good steal by Cruz. She'll give it to Rado.
Good open look here for Emma. Oh, halfway. Oh, yeah. She got the roll. There you go.
The shooter's touch on that. Rimmed out, hit the backboard, and goes back in. Cruz with the 3, the high arcing 3. I love the look of her 3s. She uses all of the ceiling space here at the Gilbert Roundhouse.
It's almost as good as a shot as her 4-point shot.
Well defended there by Rado is going to cause a turnover. Kenkel kind of tried to turn around and get into her body space, but Rado held her ground. Emma Bowman. Go ahead, sorry.
Now I was going to say Tigers have been taking a lot of outside shots, most of them quality shots, as that one gets stolen away.
Schmidt with the fast break. Rado tried to get back and came very close to establishing a good defensive position, but Schmidt did the smart thing, took Rado right to the rack.
Yep.
Rado is one of those ones that will accumulate fouls as the game goes along, and I think Schmidt thought if the worst-case scenario here, maybe I pick up an offensive foul. Probably not. Schmidt swishes through the first free throw. This Grinnell Tigers team is ferocious, Troy. This is going to be a slugfest tonight.
And as I was saying, Tigers haven't really taken any bad shots per se. Most of them have been quality looks, but at the same time, they haven't. Pretty much everything's been at the perimeter in the last probably half a quarter here. See if they can get some more inside and attack the rim a little bit more here.
Schmidt converts both free throws.
Good pass there. Take it.
Into Johnson off the glass. Tigers hit the break. I didn't do a very good job of calling that, but they went like a pinball machine. And
I thought Theo might have done one too many passes there. Sometimes you can pass it one too many times around the basket there, but no, it was a good look and a good finish by Johnson.
Nessa with a really good touch around the basket.
A lot of perimeter motion by Grinnell. Shoots a lot of threes, but they're looking really to drive the ball right now.
Kind of forced Schmidt into a kind of a careless shot there. She did a good job getting her own rebound and cleared the ball, but right into the hands of the Gilbert Tigers. Kearns is going to drive in, and a lot of contact, no foul. Might have been a good no call. Schmidt with the ball now, pushing it quickly. Looks like Sydney Lynch is going to check back in. I'm going to call Nessa Johnson for the block. I kind of looked away to see who was coming in, so I didn't really get a good look at that, but Nessa ended up on the ground.
It was one of those ones where you kind of sliding and shuffling to the left and got a little off balance, and there wasn't a lot of contact, but when one of the girls goes down, usually a lot higher likelihood of a call.
Meredith McKnight back in the game. She was the leading scorer for the Grinnell Tigers last year. She's going to fire up a three. Actually, that's Hull that fired up the three, no good. Emma Cruz with the rebound.
Tigers still with a chance to tie it up here.
Nessa Johnson with the floater, no good. I think that's going to go off Grinnell.
There you go.
Somewhere near the Tiger mascot. Now, is that their Tiger mascot or is that our Tiger mascot?
I'm thinking it's theirs.
Ours looks a little more, that one's kind of the friendly Tony the Tiger looking. Ours is more like a real tiger. I'm not down. I like their
Great
Tiger.
Look.
Yep, Emma Bowman with the left hand as I'm providing analysis on the mascots.
That was just a great inbounds play. Always good when you can score off a well-drawn-up inbounds play.
We're tied at 16, folks, just like we were when we started 0-0. Harris fires it far side. There's a three ball up and good by Keely Idle right in front of the Tiger bench.
She's already got 8 points, which is 2 above her season average already. She's hit some big shots.
Sydney Lynch will fire the three and swishes that in.
What an answer.
Assist to Bowman. Timeout. I'm kind of glad for the timeout.
I need a drink of Coke. And, it's been a fun game to watch. Kind of a difficult game to call because of the pace. But, man, both teams are just really – can't question the effort of either team tonight at all.
Got some Cynthia Baker listening, a Grinnell Tiger fan. Got a fantastic team. She's rooting for Ivy. I think she's referring to Ivy Schmidt, number 20. She's a good ball player. Lots of good ball players on the game tonight, on the floor tonight.
Well, and if we talked about a little bit about where they finished in conference and stuff like that. I took a little look at the BC Moore rankings and things like that. The Tigers, even though they had some hiccups, are still number 3 in the BC Moore rankings for 4A. Grinnell's coming in, I think, at like number 7 or something like that. So both of these teams, even though they didn't win their conference, are very highly thought of from an analytics standpoint. And so it's just going to be a battle. Just some really tough conferences like DCG, and those schools are even bigger than what we are. So those are some teams that Grinnell plays.
First 14 minutes have been as advertised. This will be McKnight with the left-handed runner, no good.
They're doing a really good job with that dribble motion, though. They're just clearing out. They're not even playing a post. They're just dribble driving and getting some really good looks with it.
Tigers will fire it around the perimeter. Now to Emma Cruz, back to Lynch. She has an open three. Missed a little bit. Johnson tried to go up and grab the loose ball. It goes out of bounds off her hands, and Grinnell will.
It looked like it was right on line, just a little long. Tigers have really equitable scoring so far, 6-5-3-4-1. That's also my phone number.
Yes. That's a three by Idle, no good. Emma Bowman clears the rebound. Tries to get up to Rado. It's going to go off Rado's hands right into the paws of the mascot for the Grinnell Tigers.
That was a pretty good pass, just a touch high for Thea. I like the idea of trying to press the pace.
Kind of get it over the top of that tenacious Grinnell defense. Tie ball game, 3 minutes to play in the first half.
A little bit different set here from Grinnell now. Kind of had the two-post look on that one.
So Schmidt's got it now. She's going to go with the left hand. Lynch picks her up. McKnight running the high post. She'll kick it back out. 3 ball by Kinkle's no good. Nessa Johnson clears the rebound. Rado with the ball on the baseline, gives it to Johnson. She's going to do that turnaround baby left-hander, which she makes very high percent of the time.
Yep, she's got a really good touch down there, and that one was kind of uncontested. That was there were 2 girls there, and no one really seemed to want to take Nessa and make her earn that one.
McKnight now will go with the left hand, steps back. Thought about pulling the trigger. Now Schmidt's got it. Back to McKnight.
A lot of screen action on the perimeter from Grinnell, and again, into the interior of the defense. Good kick out.
3 by Hull, no good. Tigers get the rebound. Emma Bowman now with it. She's going to kick it up to Lynch. Lynch caught it and then picked up her pivot foot. She's going to get travel. We're going to have a 30-second timeout by head coach Trent Edson for the Grinnell Tigers. Tigers are coached by Mike Frisk, Jeffrey Gillette, Aaron Hill, Mike Cruz, and Jeff Egan. A very fine-looking group of coaches the Gilbert Tigers have. Grinnell's coaches also very well put together squad of coaches.
There you go.
So the winner of this game, I believe Bondurant Farrar is playing winner set on the other side. I think I got that right.
So both conference foes that the Tigers are familiar with. I think we'll look at the schedule here in a second, but I think the Tigers split with both of those teams throughout the year. That sounds right. I'm going to say that.
So if we win, we would Bondurant would host us if they win. If Winterset wins, we would host Winterset, I believe. I believe Bondurant is a higher seed in this bracket, if I'm not mistaken.
So it is correct that we did split with Winterset and Bondurant this year. We won the first meeting of both of those and came up short on the second meeting of both of those. Nice spin move there by Sydney. Being more aggressive with her dribbling and not just letting them come at her.
Rado out at the top of the key. Now in the corner to Lynch. She'll get a 3. Up, no good. Tigers really didn't have anybody under the basket rebound there, and Grinnell will get the rebound. Schmidt will bring the ball up.
Bowman doing a really good job on Schmidt, too. There's both kind of got some lanky length to them, and I'm guessing that Schmidt doesn't see many athletes that can defend her like Bowman can.
Schmidt's 3, no good. Tigers get the rebound. They'll push it quickly. Now Cruz with the 3. Tigers break the press. Long rebound goes over the head of Ellie Bowman, who was in good position, but just a high, long rebound. That'll happen on 3 sometimes, and it did there. Schmidt now with another 3. That one spins in.
Oh, my goodness.
Spins around about 4 times and goes in for the 3.
Even hung on the rim there. So Grinnell takes a 1-point lead as we're winding down below a minute and a half.
Schmidt, no hesitation there. She knew what she was going to do. They lob it into Rado. Rado gets position. The basket is good. She's going to go to the free throw line and try to convert the old-fashioned 3-point play.
The awesome thing with that is that it was a good entry pass, but what made it was the fact that Thea sealed her defender off and was able to get herself in position to get it in a good spot and go up with it and make the defender have to foul her. That was really, really well done on both ends.
As that pass was coming in, she'd kind of backed up, cleared a little space, puts it up. So Thea Rado goes to the line. Tigers with a 1-point lead. Free throw no good. Ellie Bowman fights for the rebound. She's in a bad spot there. Gives it to Emma. Up off the glass. Tigers get another bucket. So a 4-point possession for Gilbert.
Huge swing in momentum there under a minute to go. Also in a 3-point lead instead of being behind.
Schmidt with the long 3 top of the key. No good. Nessa Johnson will clear the rebound.
I'm a little surprised Grinnell didn't go for 1 there.
Lynch double team. She'll get it to Nessa Johnson. Now Emma Bowman's got it in the front court. Mike Frisk barks some commands. Ellie Bowman with it now.
Yeah, I'm almost positive that the Tigers are going to go for 1 shot here.
Emma down in the baseline. They lob it into Johnson. She's in traffic. Blocked from behind. Good block by Grinnell. Schmidt pinched off. 3 seconds. Long 3 as we finish the first half, and it's banked in.
I mean, the Tigers didn't do anything wrong there. They had somebody right on her.
They had 3 girls on her.
Yep.
Keely Idle tosses it in right over all 3 of the Gilbert defenders for a 3. Clutch shot by Idle.
Boy, with the way this game's gone, I wouldn't have it any other way almost. I mean, 25-25, they're just really, really a lot of energy going on in this basketball game.
So we go to half just like we started the game, tied, and 50 points scored. A lot of energy expended. Very, very good first half. Two heavyweights going at it tonight. On an Arctic cold night here. It's not that bad compared to what
it has been. I was a little surprised, though, at how chilly it had gotten after a pretty nice day overall, all things considering the way it's been. But, no, it's really good. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. If anybody has any score updates from
Yep, we just got one. Bondurant's up 32-18 over Winterset at half.
Okay.
I said the Dayharshers are listening in.
Very good.
My wife just texted me, asked me if I ate all of her Oreos, in case anybody was wondering. I do like Oreos, and I did eat all of her. I'm going to say it right here in front of all 246 fans.
This is
I ate my wife's Oreos, so
Yep.
the cat's out of the bag.
Yep. Well, the Oreos are certainly out of the bag, it sounds like.
So 25-25 half. So we usually have a little something to talk about at halftime. We're going to talk about the movie New Providence. You and I both seen the movie. It stars Ava Hawthorne, the injured Drake commit that plays for the Gilbert Tigers. I got to find the email that she sent. There's a couple little things in there I wanted to read. I just asked her, I said, hey, what would you want us to tell people if we were going to talk about it?
Let's do it.
So it's kind of a tribute to the 6-on-6 basketball. If you haven't seen the movie New Providence, it's on
you can only play 5 in basketball.
You only play 5 now, but back in the olden days, back when I was in school.
Oh, I was confused about that in the movie. Is that what
Yes.
they used to play 6?
They used to play 3-on-3 in each half court. Troy's kind of stroking me here. He knows the story. But, yeah, it would have been after the 93 season. Was it 94 season? Yeah, I think after the 93 season, it went to 5-on-5, the traditional 5-on-5. But before that, it was 3-on-3. And Ava's grandma and her mom and her all three played high school basketball. And Ava's going to play college basketball in the Missouri Valley Conference next season at the Knapp Center in Des Moines for Drake. And so that was kind of the purpose of the movie. And if you've seen the movie, it was kind of a hucksy, or I don't want to say shucksy, kind of corny movie, but it told a really good story about 6-on-6 basketball and a reporter that goes to do it. One of the things, just kind of some insider information that she gave me, they needed 45 girls to pull that off because they wanted to make it authentic where you didn't see the same girls playing for different schools.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So they ended up having 45, and you did see a few Gilbert girls, Theorado amongst them.
I think the Bowmans might have been in there, if I'm remembering right.
So it was a lot of girls that have played attack and really pretty high caliber. Now, I don't know how hard that, if they had to have some tutorial on, you can only dribble twice. That would be kind of, I'm sure most of these girls have never played that way. I thought she listed, maybe she didn't. I think Will, I was talking to her brother Will about Theo was in there.
Yep.
Trying to think of what other Gilbert girls.
I thought the Bowmans were in, but I'm not sure.
That could be.
We were kind of looking for them as we were watching the movie last week.
So Ava Hawthorne, not only a good basketball player, she's a pretty decent actress. I thought she did really nice.
Yeah,
I don't know that she hasn't, as I recall some of the school plays and musicals that we've had here, I don't recall her, if she's been in them, she hasn't done it a lot, and certainly not in a starring role like she was in that movie, but I thought she did a really, really good job, very convincing as the star basketball player on the New Providence. Now I can't remember what their nickname was. Do you remember?
Oh, gosh. That's a good question.
They're part of the South Hardin Tigers, as we mentioned. All schools will be the Tigers. Recent legislation. Now, I don't think I've ever been to New Providence. I've been to South Hardin and been in their gyms several times. That's in Eldora. It used to be the old Eldora New Providence. But back in the day, Hubbard was their own school. Radcliffe was their only school. South Hamilton was not South Hamilton. It was just Jewell. Jewell had their own high school, and I think that was one of the teams that New Providence played.
Do you know what Eldora New Providence is? The Tigers.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry about that. Yeah, again, it's a mandate.
You can pick your own colors.
At least they should like let us choose what type of tiger we are, like the Siberian tigers and the jungle tigers and
I'd go the white. The white tigers are kind of cool, like the
snow tigers.
Snow tigers.
Yeah, especially this year. There you go. It was fun to watch it though, like you said, and it was great to have a local tie to it. I think 6-on-6 ended. The switch happened, if I'm remembering correctly, between my freshman and sophomore, or between my 8th grade and freshman year of high school. And so that was a big adjustment for the girls because they'd been playing I shouldn't say a totally different brand of basketball, but it's significant. The rules, it's not like, going from 60-foot bases to 90-foot bases in baseball. There are significantly different rules. of what you can and can't do. As you mentioned, only 2 dribbles.
You couldn't reach in.
Yep.
And I think until they were dribbling, if I'm not mistaken. But once, if the girl was holding the ball, and you'd see them very often would use the ball to get a little distance between them and the defender.
Yep,
I remember that.
Yep. Use the ball to get some distance. You can't cross half court either way.
Nope.
And one thing that you might have done this too and appreciated it as a referee. Like I was watching those rotations because when somebody scores, one of the refs grabs it, chucks it to the other ref, who then gives it to the girls across half court. You don't bring it across half court. You start basically in a half court game until after a basket scored. So again,
somebody had to be in that circle to take the throw from the referee.
Yep.
And then they could inbounce it from there. Yeah, it was, as we look back now, it seems like a very peculiar game, but back then it was. And I remember the Atlantic Trojans, where I went to school, hitting 100 points frequently.
Yes.
Like they had a couple of really good players.
Game. It's kind of, maybe not quite a great comparison, but kind of like arena football versus regular football, where it's just set up to. It's set up to be a scoring game for the most part.
Ava Johnson, Joel Franzen's been texting in. He said that Ava Johnson was a cheerleader.
Okay.
So she came, and she's a pretty good basketball player.
Yeah.
So they used her as a cheerleader in that one. I don't really remember I remember there were some cheerleaders in it, but I guess that wasn't the primary focus of my. I did try to look in the stands, and you saw Ava's mom in the stands. Amy was in the stands routinely, and that's always kind of cool. And I went on Google Earth and zoomed in on New Providence and kind of looked at the main street, and I do that a lot when you see it, Iowa town. So
the other thing that stuck out to me from the movie, and you can attest to this too, like we have a beautiful gymnasium, okay, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It serves our needs. Ballard's is very similar, North Polk's is very similar, but in that time period and before. You went into some gyms that had literally like old oak wooden bleachers and restraining lines around the outside for the out of bounds and things like that.
Stage on one side,
stage
or
on
at the
one
end.
side.
Yeah.
You might not even have bleachers on both sides. I mean, and a lot of times they were packed. We played in North Central Manly, and they had one of those barns that you basically played in, and it was literally like a circular roof. Okay, things like that. Kind of like the old East Gym here, where they used to play basketball too.
Yep. Just reffed there Thursday night, and I was telling some of the 7th grade boys, I go, that used to be our varsity basketball floor.
Right.
And half the kids wouldn't believe me that it was. There's like 6 rows of bleachers on each side, and that's it. I know our friend Dean Grossnickel, the Grossnickel boys, their dad, Dean, referees basketball, and he took a picture from the Mormon Trail gym down in southern Iowa.
Okay.
And it's the old classic, just like the one at New Providence, that similar style. Boy, they are kind of a dying breed, and I know the closest thing we see here up in Ellsworth, where the middle school games are played.
Yep, exactly what
it's kind of an old school, kind of the bunker-looking gymnasium, but fantastic. Love that. It has the old clock that had the sweeping hand for the clock. They don't use that anymore. They've got a new clock. So, congratulations to Ava Hawthorne on a very nice job acting and playing basketball. And I kind of doubt New Providence will be up for an Oscar or anything like that. But if you're from Iowa, it's certainly worth the $5 I paid to rent it on Amazon Prime.
Yep, we did the same thing. Amazon Prime, simple way to get it, and you can have access to it for 48 hours and watch it, and away you go. So
my wife and I watched that the other night after the kids went to bed. I said, hey, you want to watch a movie with me? And told her what we were doing. She thought it was cool. She was telling some stories of her days. She was a guard, and shared some of her 6-on-6 basketball experience with us. Go ahead.
I was going to plug one more movie if you're interested, just kind of those local story types of things. I'm not in the movie by any means, but
you should have been.
I begged. No, but there was a movie called The Final Season that came out maybe 10 years ago, give or take. It stars Rudy, the guy that played, and Sean Astin, and he plays the coach of the similar type of thing. Norway baseball, and their final season before they consolidate, and they go on and win the state championship. And there was a tie to it, a very loose tie from my end. I was coaching at the team that they beat to go to state that year. That I wasn't coaching them then, but I was coaching them 20 years down the road, and they kind of reached out to us to see if we had any uniforms that they could borrow from that era. And I don't think that ever happened, but they filmed a lot of that down in like the Cedar Rapids area, if I remember correctly. So
I thought you were going to tell me you were in there because giving up 2 grand slams in one inning to the same
That's
guy.
how Norway got there. The second grand slam off of Troy Stout in the same inning.
Well, anyway, if you haven't seen the movie New Providence, we're going to give it a plug. We both give it thumbs up, kind of like Siskel and Ebert. We give it 2 thumbs up, Stout and Becker. Getting ready to come to the second half here as the clock's winding down. The Grinnell Tigers will inbounds it right in front of us, right below us.
Oh, no, halftime's not going to end, apparently. The clock's stuck at 5:8.
Stacy Johnson frantically typing in numbers. Chris Lawrence over there helping as well, as is Jamie Lenz. He's one of my referee partners, refereed some lower-level games with him this year. Good to see him back in the swing of things. Grinnell on offense now. They'll kick it around the perimeter here. Schmidt has it now. She's going to try to break down Kearns and does a very nice job of that. Puts it in the basket to get the first hoop here the second half. Full court press now put on by Grinnell. Emma Bowman at the point. She's going to have Schmidt in her face. Bowman still driving. Comes up in traffic. Fires up a shot. No good. Rebound by McKnight. Bowman's hassling her.
Really impressed with Grinnell's sets that they run to get player shots and get movement going. They're doing a really good job with their screening action.
Schmidt, their leading scorer, was on the season, 17. Fired, wild shot followed up there by Hull, no good. Tigers get the rebound. Kearns is going to think better of it. Now she'll give it out for a 3 for Nessa Johnson. Kisses the front of the iron, no good. It's fought for under the basket by Harris, and she'll pull it away. Leah Harris, probably the shortest player on the floor, gets the rebound. Worth noting. Kenkel 3 goes in from the top of the key. So back and forth here to start the second half.
That was a situation where you had a little bit of a mismatch with Schmidt having the smaller Lynch on her. Thea came down to help, which left was a good decision, but left her girl open.
Rado now to Johnson. She'll put it on the floor. Gets her shot blocked by Hull. Hull will grab the loose ball, push quickly up the floor. McKnight's got it now. Knocked away by Johnson, but McKnight gets it back. Johnson out now to greet Schmidt. She'll kick it out in the perimeter to Kenkel. She'll put it with the left hand. I think that's Harris down in the corner. Long rebound fought for, and Grinnell clears it with Harris. Harris kind of got too far away from the basket. That right-handed shot won't go. Bowman now gives it down to Johnson under the basket. She'll go up with the baby right hand, no good. And she's going to call her for the rebound foul.
Yeah, Bowman thought about pulling up for the three-pointer there and saw Nessa underneath the hoop, pretty open, just couldn't get that one to fall.
It's a shot Nessa makes about 9 out of 10 times. That was the 10th time apparently, and it's just her second foul. I don't think anybody on Gilbert's squad in foul trouble right now. McKnight's got 2 for Grinnell. This is Schmidt with the ball. Now she's going to give it to McKnight. Schmidt got it. Kearns picks her up. She's going to go right, left, right. Now the 5-second count starts. McKnight with it. She's going to go to her left. Good pinch-off defense there by the Tigers. Mrs. Hull drives in. Off-balance shot. Got it to go. Really contorted her body, but got that to kiss the rim a few times and drop.
Tigers need to get some momentum back here.
Lynch with a 3 in the far corner. Long rebound. Hits the floor once before Grinnell clears it. McKnight's got it now, going on Lynch one-on-one. Left hand was a good-looking shot. She kind of got pushed away from the basket off target and goes in. Gilbert Tigers are going to call a timeout. 9-0 run to start the second half for Grinnell. Tigers trail 34-25. Student section from Grinnell came up. It must have been road construction worker night. There's a lot of hard hats and some yellow vests. I thought somebody just got off work and came into the game, but
I assume that as well.
It's kind of fun when the kids do crazy stuff like that. We didn't really have anything like that when I was a kid where you dress up. I mean, we may have had Hawaiian night one time. Usually like the coldest night of the year, we would do that. They'd kind of throw that together. That was usually announced because you didn't have the social media and things like that to announce it. But
one game, and I don't remember why. I remember we went in trench coats, fedoras, and sunglasses. I have no idea what the purpose was, but it worked.
Troy, we're not going to hold you responsible for all the silly things you did when you were in high school.
Well,
we're just glad you graduated and got a job here at Gilbert High School Middle School. Troy and I both school district employees. We both work at the middle school. Troy also works at the high school.
Yeah, mix it up a little bit.
Yeah. Everybody's life should have some middle schoolers at some point. It's kind of fun. They're loud and smelly. We love them. We love middle school kids. Kearns with the ball now. McKnight will pick her up inside half court. Lynch down there. Harris has really just been hassling Lynch the whole night. Really good defensive players. Leah Harris. Under the basket is Johnson. No good. She gets her own rebound. I don't know how she came out of there with it. Fires back to Kearns. Kearns three. Kisses the rim a few times and goes down.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Yes,
there.
it was.
We needed that.
Tigers in the second half drought. Trail by 6 now with 4.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. This 3 up, no good by Kenkel. Rebound's going to be cleared by Idle. Steal by Emma Bowman. She'll get the run out with the left hand and good. Good defense by Emma Bowman. Cuts it to 4. Schmidt will come back quickly. Schmidt will shoot one from the elbow, no good. Rebound by Emma Bowman. Kind of see a little fire in Emma Bowman's eyes here in the second half, Troy. Kearns passes on the 3. Now Johnson will shoot the 3. Swishes it in. Uncontested 3, top of the key is good for Nessa Johnson. Now it's a 1 point.
Yeah, quick 8 points for Gilbert. That's exactly what they needed because momentum definitely wasn't on their side, and Schmidt's trying to do it all on her own. Ooh.
Tigers will whistle for a foul on the baseline. Katie Kearns whistled for her first foul. Lynch will check out. Theorato in with Nessa Johnson, Katie Kearns, Emma Bowman, and Emma Cruz. The Emmas are both in. Sometimes you have both Bowman, sometimes you have both Emmas. We have both Emmas now. McKnight will fire in the corner. Harris is going to fire a 3, grazes the rim. It's going to be pulled away there by Kenkel. Back to Schmidt. She's going to go left-handed. Floats one up in the lane. And good. She was fouled. Basket is good. We're going to call Nessa Johnson, I think, for the foul. It is on Nessa. That's her third. You'll see Lynch check in for her. So Johnson on the floor with 3 fouls. Actually, Lynch will get in after the made free throw. So 4-point lead now for Grinnell, 37-33. Johnson will go to the bench.
So we got Bowman, Kearns, Cruz, Lynch, and Rado in the game right now for Gilbert's.
Kearns at the point. She'll bring it in. Lynch right in front of the Tiger bench. She'll feed it down to Rado, who'll give it to Bowman up in traffic, and she's going to get fouled and go to the free throw line with a couple of free throws. Ellie Bowman getting ready to check in after the first free throw.
Tigers a lot more interested in getting it down low and getting some closer shots this half for sure.
Got several options down there. Emma Bowman could play point guard and probably post you up too. Really good player down there. She misses the first free throw. Nessa Johnson, when she's in, very good around the basket, as is Theorato. Cruz more of a perimeter player. She's going to go out. Ellie checked in for her. Emma's second free throw kisses the rim and drops in. So she gets 1 out of 2 free throws. Tigers trail by 3. 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Really good regional second round game here from the Gilbert Roundhouse. Winner to play, looks like Bondurant Farrar, barring a winner set Husky vicious rally. Underneath the basket to Kenkel, in traffic, no good. Kind of a late whistle. I did think there was a foul there, it just wasn't called right away. I think they're going to get Rado for, they are going to get Thea for the foul. This gym is probably the fullest I've seen it all year, Troy, and it's definitely louder in here than it usually is.
Yeah.
Schmidt with a long 3, kisses out, no good. Rado will clear the rebound. Gives the ball to Emma Bowman. She'll push it quickly. McKnight will pick her up. Kearns down the corner to Lynch. A lot of traffic under the basket. Rado trying to get position. Back to Lynch now. She'll also look in every time, trying to get it to Rado. Now Bowman working the other side of the post. Turns back to Lynch. Now to Theorato on the block. She's pinched off, triple teamed. Loose ball. Tigers almost lost possession there. They're going to get it. Tigers a little out of sync here. Lynch with the ball now. Ellie Bowman's got it. She's going to put it on the floor, go to the baseline. Spins around, up in traffic. Gets it in traffic. I don't know how she got that off, Troy. It goes down. Ellie Bowman with a fantastic drive and spin and puts it up off the glass and good.
Big bucket.
Schmidt will bring it back quickly. Harris now in the lane. She'll float one up. No good. Lynch will get the rebound, where Harris will greet her, as she has most of the night. Ball's on the floor now. It's going to be, I think we're going to have a held ball. Got about 4 girls diving on the floor. I always get nervous when that happens, that somebody's going to get.
Yeah, so there are 4 girls coming in there. I know Frisk isn't very happy about what was happening to Sydney coming up the court there.
I think Harris has been instructed to just make Sydney Lynch's night as hard as she can, and she's done a pretty darn good job of it. I like to watch defense like that. I like it a lot more when it's us doing it and not somebody doing it to us. Lynch has it now, open for the 3, passes it up. Now Ellie Bowman will get the 3, and she breaks it in. So
2 huge buckets by Ellie Bowman.
We'll give Ellie Bowman the 3rd quarter player of the game for the Gilbert Tigers. 2 huge baskets. Tigers back on top now, 39-37. Grinnell will kick it around the perimeter. Harris has got it now. Down in the corner, now Pease has got it. 1 minute to play. Drive in by McKnight. Wild shot, but it's going to go right in the hands of Pease.
Really good effort by Pease there to go get that.
Stolen away by Bowman. Wow, that was a fantastic steal. She's going to dribble into a double team. Gets it to Cruz now. Lynch on the baseline. Lobs it into Rado in traffic. She's going to go off the glass. No good. Long pass out to Pease now. Ellie Bowman pinches her off. She's going to drive up in traffic.
There.
She's going to call for a travel. And I think she traveled.
I think she did, yeah. Interesting that the trail called that, but
you said it, not me. I was thinking it, I just didn't say it. There's been times, though, when you're under the basket and you kind of get screened off by looking through a body.
100%. I'm not criticizing, but
we try to be fair with the officials. We both officiate, and this would be a difficult game to call because there's just been so much contact. Bowman almost loses it. Now she's got it back to Lynch in the corner.
Lynch 10 seconds on the quarter clock here.
Lynch will dribble with the left hand. She's going to fire a 3, and it switches it in good. Just a 2. They're going to say her foot was on the line. Just a 2. That's how the quarter will end. So
I tell you what, no matter the outcome of this game, they need to be super proud of what they just did there because they took a punch.
Yep.
They literally were down 9, lickety-split in that quarter. And to come back from that, only give up, I believe, 3 points after that point, and to come out with a 4-point lead, they've got to be super proud of that quarter. That was an incredible effort by the girls there.
Gilbert withstands a couple of haymakers there from the Grinnell Tigers. Kind of come off the mat, maybe even got knocked down a little bit. Trying to make a Rocky reference, but probably nobody really wants to hear that. I see the comments there. I thought I saw Atlantic News Telegraph on the comments. Sports editor at the Atlantic News Telegraph in 1993 and covered the very last 6-player game.
Wow.
I think I delivered the Des Moines Register. Now, it wasn't 1993, but 1983 I did.
Well, thank you, Grinnell Athletics, for chiming in there. That's a good.
So I believe, and I think he can, if he's listening, to tell when when Atlantic went from 6-player to 5-player, they had a really, really good point guard, Tiff Peterson. I played baseball with her older brother, Troy.
Okay.
She was a really good ball handler. I think she ended up running track at the University of Iowa very fast. And most of the teams that went to 5-player that had really good point guards were very successful that first year. A little trouble by Grinnell inbounds, but they get into McKnight. She's going to go left and right. Now kick it out to Pease.
And Tigers are dialing up that perimeter defense a little bit, not giving them anything at this point either.
Katie Kearns draws that assignment as Schmidt. She's hard to guard. She's got 12 points for the Grinnell Tigers. She's going to drive it in the lane and float one up in traffic, no good. Nessa Johnson clears the rebound. They're going to call Schmidt for the foul. It was a good call. She came up behind, tried to steal that ball from Nessa and hacked her on the arm.
It's again only 2 team fouls for the so far in this half for Grinnell, so they've got really nothing to worry about.
Just 4 on Gilbert.
Yeah,
so
yeah, no, it's
I don't know.
Nessa's the only one that has 3 in the entire game, I believe. It's not where you want that ball.
Lynch gets it in. It's going to be up by Hull, no good. Now fought for. Lynch got tied up. The Gilbert Tigers will keep the ball.
Crowd getting a little anxious on both sides.
This is one of those games where refs are probably hearing it from both teams' fans.
This has
Johnson kind of lets one fly. Kearns Katie Kearns just couldn't go up the ladder and get that one, and Grinnell will get the ball on the turnover.
It was a good idea. Tigers would have had numbers there, just a little high on the pass and sail out of the back of the end zone.
Not sure Jack Kearns, who's here tonight. I don't think he could have got that. That's Katie's older brother, Jack, or Joey, her younger brother. Drive in by McKnight in traffic. Pretty good shot up, no good. Bowman defending on McKnight. Nessa Johnson gets the rebound. 7 minutes to play here. Just 1 minute into the fourth quarter. Bowman to Rado. Rado will kick it out on the perimeter to Kearns. I'm going to say Katie shuffled her pivot foot. I would respectfully disagree. I don't think she did. It just looked really weird, and I think that's what got the whistle and the travel. 41-37 now, under 7 minutes to play. Schmidt's got it. Drives into traffic.
Ooh.
Long three up, no good. Rebound's going to go all the way down to the baseline where Kenkel is trapped, and Grinnell's going to call a timeout. Holy smokes. I should have had some coffee before the game, Troy.
Oh, man.
I usually knock off about 5 o'clock, no more coffee, because I want to be able to sleep at night. But I may not be able to sleep, but a different reason now.
This is burning some calories,
yes.
I can tell you that.
But armpit rings, another thing of deodorant. This has been a really fun game to watch. I apologize that maybe we haven't kept up very well on the call. The good news is you got Kylie Franzen, who's done a fantastic job on the camera all year.
We really appreciate that. We've had her and I believe Tyler Pudence has helped out.
Yes.
I don't know if there's any other kids this year.
I don't think we have,
but I mean, we really appreciate them. We have Cole Fluhop in the
fall
do football games for us, so it's good to get the students involved. And
totally agree. Kylie and Tyler have done a very good job this year. We appreciate them helping. It's just one thing you don't got to worry about, and we have had to worry about it a few times. We've got to have somebody run the camera. It gets really bad. Ball's into the backcourt, which is legal. Schmidt will just pick it up and dribble it back into the front court. If we have to go to the Joe Battles card, that's when you know we're desperate. We haven't had to do that for 2 seasons. I hope Joe's not listening. He's one of my best friends. Just picking on him a little bit.
Joe's
Schmidt's got the ball now. She'll go off the ball screen, fire one in, and finally gets one to go. I shouldn't say finally. She's had a lot of shots go, but from that area, she hasn't. Bowman on the full court pressure. She's going to fire into the front court to Lynch, where Harris immediately buckles up with her. Now Kearns fires the 3 up, kisses off the iron, no good. It's in traffic. I think they're going to get Rado for grabbing Hull's wrist on the rebound.
Well, I actually gave that on Nessa. Ooh, that's Nessa's 4th.
Yep. Nessa's going to come out. Ellie Bowman will check in quickly for her. There's a lot of traffic under the basket. I didn't get a great look at it. I thought Rado fouled her. That's what I was looking at, but they call it on Johnson. 6:12 to play in the game. Tigers clinging to a precarious 2-point lead, 41-39, the Gilbert Tigers. Harris catches the ball, bumps into Lynch, no good. Now shot up by Kenkel, no good. And Kearns will get the long rebound. She'll give it back to Emma Bowman. Emma running the point, bringing the ball up a little bit more in the latter parts of this game.
Yeah, Schmidt really challenged her again there, and no reason really not to for her. They're really low on fouls. She's only got 2.
Actually, Joe Battles is listening. My apologies to my good buddy Joe. We appreciate his help. He really has helped out a lot of games here. Back to the action now. Ellie's got it. She'll go right. Now step back. Fire out to Kearns. Kearns dribbles once. Now they get it back to Bowman on the block. Back out to Kearns now. She'll get the open 3. And swishes it in.
That's how you draw it up. That's a great kick out. Chance to step into that shot and go.
Gilbert goes inside outside. Gets Kearns a wide open 3, and she deposits it in the bottom of the net. Tigers with a 5-point lead. 44-39, 5:15 to play in the game. Schmidt will drive in, deliver it to Harris. Kenkel will put the ball on the floor. Fire it in the 5 side to Harris. Harris will go to the rack in traffic. Rado banged into her pretty hard. No foul called. I thought for sure they were going to call that a foul, because I think it was a foul, but no call. Bowman now with the ball. Gets a pick from Rado, a ball screen. They lob it into Rado. She's in traffic, puts it on the floor. Now Kearns will get another 3. That one may have been deflected a little bit coming out of her hands. Schmidt gets the long rebound. 2 Grinnell Tigers getting ready to check in at the next dead ball. McKnight setting a pick for Schmidt, and it looks like Trent Edson's going to call a full timeout. Yeah. I kind of like timeouts tonight. Lets me catch my breath a little bit. I forgot Heidi.
Do some breathing.
Heidi Jensen's been texting in. She's a Grinnell alumni. And
that's right. That's right.
Calling out
about that before.
The Harris girl, her uncle went to Ellsworth the same time that Heidi was there. Heidi much older than me, 14, 15 months older than me.
There you go. There's some
call in, but I was right. Tiff Pedersen, yep, and her mom Dixie, and her dad Larry. I believe her dad's name was Larry. Troy was a good baseball player too, but Tiff Pedersen, really, really good athlete, and like I said, ran track in college, but she probably could have played small college basketball for sure. And it's good. People contributing to the old 6-on-6, 5-on-5. They lost to Hubrad, and then I can't remember who they beat when they won the 5-player the next year. Maybe he could help us on that. Thanks for contributing on the chat. That's kind of hopefully added to the broadcast here. We'll come back out of the timeout. We've probably been the worst part of this whole shooting match. The game has certainly probably been better than the broadcast.
Fun but tough.
We've tried.
From our end.
We're almost 100 years old between the two of us, so cut us a little slack.
Oh, man.
Schmidt caught the ball. I think Frisk wanted the over and back call. I think she touched it in the front court, but I don't know if she ever possessed it, if that's how they do it, but she was the last one to touch it. I'm not sure they possessed it. I think you have to possess it in the front court, so actually I think that was legal. Good call by the officials. Drive to the basket, up and good by Hayden Hull. Just put her head down, went right to the rack.
Yeah, she was not going to be denied on that one. Here comes the pressure. Good pass up that time.
Ellie Bowman thought about shooting the three. She had Rado under the basket. A little give and go now.
Nicely
Bowman puts
done.
it up off the glass, can't finish. Rado will kick it around. She's going to come out with it. Back to Emma Bowman.
Tigers going to reset here. That was a big play in the game there to get that rebound.
Credit Theorato for not quitting on that. Kind of tapped it to herself and controlled it. Now Emma Bowman will drive baseline. Schmidt pinches her off. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Keely Idle. Whoa.
I guess it didn't. Emma.
I didn't see. I thought it looked very clearly went off her, but I'm quite a ways away. Looking over the student section. Must have said Gilbert touched it before it went out of bounds. I did. Ivy Schmidt running the point most of the night. Very, very adept ball handler. Very good dribbler of the ball. Now this is Harris. We've seen her also run the point. Try to look at McKnight down under the basket. They get it to her now. She's going to work on Emma Bowman. Step through. And 3 pivots. Now down in the corner is Idle. She'll fire the 3 and good with Theorato right in her face. Clutch shot by Idle. Might be Edel. I'm not sure if it's Edel or Idle, but Rado gets it in the front court. Cruz has got it now. Emma Bowman, the senior. She's going to try to break down Schmidt. She goes left and right in traffic. She's going to get fouled and makes it.
That was incredible.
I was almost going to say Emma Bowman has that look in her eye like she's going to take this game over in the last 3 minutes and win it for the Gilbert Tigers.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of Bowman and Schmidt the last 250 here.
Kearns comes in for Cruz. Schmidt with her 3rd foul. 3 minutes to play the game. Let's go to overtime. That probably won't be a big factor. She's going to play the last 3 minutes of this game.
Her and Nessa the only 2. Nessa has 4.
Bowman's free throw no good. Just a 2-point lead now for Gilbert. Under 3 minutes to play in the game. McKnight with a long 3. Holy smokes. That was an NBA 3. Goes down.
That was probably 8 feet behind the line.
Emma Bowman, the ball tipped to Kearns. Kearns gets it in the front court to Johnson. Now to Rado. Now to Lynch. Nessa's trapped in the baseline. Frisk is going to call a timeout.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if he would call that. Not a good spot to be in with surrounded by Grinnell there. 1-point game, 2:26 to go on the clock.
Just got a text that said, "Go Tigers."
Could be
that could apply to either team. Hey, hate to see somebody lose this game. It's been rugged at times, smooth and well played at times, but it hasn't been dull. That's what I can tell you for sure. The Gilbert Tigers trail by 1 point, 2:26 to play in the game. Nessa Johnson with 4 fouls. Nobody else with 3, so Gilbert in good shape there. I think Ivy Schmidt's the only one for Grinnell with 3 fouls. Lynch will inbounds it on the baseline right in front of the Gilbert cheerleaders. She'll inbounds it to Emma Bowman in the corner. Kearns Rado at the elbow. They lob it under to Johnson. She was in traffic. Now to Lynch with the three, and it goes in right in front of the Tiger bench. Sydney Lynch.
Shot from the sophomore.
She's playing a whale of a game. She's really has Troy had a good game and a lot of pressure on her. Schmidt will now drive it in. Given it by Idle. She'll kick it back out to McKnight. Goes in. Theorato drops her to the turf. McKnight's been pretty quiet tonight. I think she got 9 points, but it's been a pretty quiet 9 points, and definite concerted effort there by her to get to the rack and get fouled, get to the free throw line. If I remember right in the game last year, if Grinnell had converted some free throws, that game might have ended differently. They had a little struggle from the line in the second half as McKnight swishes in the first one.
That's the third foul on Rada. Misses the second. Rebound by Bowman.
They're going to call a travel on her. So Grinnell will get the ball back under the basket. Gets a pick. Schmidt will go to the rack. No good. She's going to fight for the rebound. They're going to call a foul on the rebound on, I believe Theorato is going to get that one. Either her or Kearns. We're both fighting for it.
And that would be 4 on Thea if it is on her.
It will be on Rado. Gilbert with a 1-point lead. Schmidt will be at the free throw line.
So Grinnell will be on the line the rest of the way. That's the 7th team foul on Gilbert.
Schmidt's first free throw is good. That'll knock the score at 49. That'll bring Sydney Kenkel back in. She's going to check in for Keely Idle.
15th point of the night.
Schmidt makes the second free throw. Give Grinnell a 1-point lead. Kearns will take the inbounds. McKnight pinches her off. Kearns will just drive around her. She's going to keep going. Down in the corner now to Lynch. And Bowman will start the Tiger offense from the top of the key, working on Schmidt. Now back to Kearns. Cross court to Lynch, now under to Johnson. She has the ball taken away from her there by Harris. Thrown back to Rado with the steal. Now Bowman the three. But Rado runs it down before it goes out of bounds. Johnson will drive to the basket in traffic. A lot of contact. No. And Nessa's going to foul out. That's going to be her 5th foul. So 1:11 to play. Gilbert trails by 1. Nessa Johnson will head to the bench. Emma Cruz will check in for her. There's bodies flying everywhere there, Troy.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. This is only a 1-and-1 situation on the foul line, so Tigers will have a chance to hopefully get the rebound on the miss.
Meredith McKnight's first free throw is good. Second free throw, no good. Bowman will pull the rebound down now and give it to Kearns. Kearns has it go off her kneecap. Luckily, she catches it before it goes out of bounds. Mike Frisk will call a timeout, a full timeout.
So I think they'll have one timeout left after this with basically a minute left to go in the game. Grinnell has 2 timeouts left.
It's kind of an exciting game. I'm having a little bit of chest pain, but I think it's just related to the adrenaline from the game, Troy. I don't think you need to
well, keep me updated on that.
Send a text to Tim Pizzetti to bring the defibrillator up here that sits outside the office.
That's right.
It has been one of those games where not a lot of lulls in the action.
No, for sure.
I'm afraid I may not have been up to the task. I've shared with you, the good thing the COVID fog is lifted. Could you imagine me trying to call this game with the COVID fog? I had COVID a few weeks ago and kind of struggled with concentration and attention span. This game would not be a good one to call with that hovering over you. So team fouls, Gilbert Tigers have 8. Grinnell Tigers with 4. It'll be the Gilbert's ball.
Gilbert's ball underneath the basket,
looks like the baseline.
Yep.
It's down where Steve Hasted is trying to put film into his camera. Nobody's told him that you can do digital cameras now. Steve has to.
So you got Lynch, Ellie, and Emma Bowman.
Down in the corner now to Emma. Schmidt grabs her. She's going to fake her, go to baseline. Up off the glass, no good. McKnight with the rebound. They're going to call Emma Bowman on the foul, trying to swipe the ball away from her. So McKnight is going to walk the length of the floor and go to the free throw line. She's going to shoot the 1-and-1 still. This will be the last 1-and-1. Knight's first free throw is good.
It's still a one-possession game for the Tigers here.
Lead at 3, 52-49.
McKnight suddenly up to 12 in the game. She's had a strong fourth quarter.
Second free throw good. 50 seconds to play. Tigers have to get the bucket and get the ball back. Get the ball into the front court now. Kearns is going to drive to the basket into traffic. I'm going to call a block. That'll send Kearns to the free throw line. There's bodies flying everywhere tonight. Just been one of those games, and it's two teams just playing really, really hard. It's been very clean. I mean clean like not dirty.
No, not at all.
Lots of fouls, but just very few uncontested shots at the basket, I think, in the paint at least. Kearns' first free throw is up and good.
So Emma Cruz looks like she's supposed to come in for the shooter, Katie.
Ben Compernall will check back in, 25. I may have called her Harris earlier. The ponytails kind of block out the numbers sometimes. I apologize to our Grinnell fans listening. Kearns' second free throw is good. And Emma Cruz will check in for Kearns. As Mike Frisk wants to apply a full court press here, Bowman will be pounding the inbounds. They throw it in to McKnight. Now back to Schmidt.
A chance to see if they can get a 10-second call here or something.
Tigers did a great job of pressing. Grinnell will break the press. Now McKnight in the lane. She's going to try to go up in traffic.
Oh, there's another walk. Oh, man.
Step through and kind of reversed course. If they call this travel, it's going to get ugly. I don't think they are. It's going to be a two-shot foul for McKnight. Now there's a huddle. I'm not sure what unless they're saying she traveled first, but nobody called that.
Okay, yeah.
I think they're going to call Emma Bowman for the foul, and they do. I believe that's Emma's second foul. That'll put McKnight at the free throw line again. She's shown she can make them. I was hoping to jinx her, Troy, but it didn't work.
Did not work. So that puts it at a 3-point lead right now.
Harris will check back in for Ben Compernall. Cruz comes out, and Kearns will check back in for her. 29.8 seconds to play in the game. Tigers trail by 3. McKnight looking to extend the 3-point lead. And does. It's 4 now. Trent Edson will call one of his remaining 2 timeouts. It's going to be a full.
So just under 30 seconds left here. Tigers obviously need to score. They don't need a 3 necessarily here. The key would be to hopefully score quickly and hope for a turnover. Definitely still got the opportunity here.
Any held balls will go to Grinnell. Any jump balls, they have the possession arrow. They will be shooting the double bonus. Grinnell still with a foul to give. You may have just said that. Sometimes I'm trying to collect my thoughts and I'm not listening to you. Don't take that personal, Troy, my friend.
I'm used to it. Definitely used to it. So it'll be Emma and Ellie Bowman, Sydney Lynch, Katie Kearns, and Thea Rado. And yep, they are going to bring some pressure here to at least to get the ball in.
Emma's got the ball. She's going to bring it up in traffic. She'll push it through to Lynch. Now back to Kearns. Kearns down to Lynch. Lynch will fire the 3 right in front of the Tiger bench. I believe that was tipped. And Grinnell's going to have it in their hands now, 17 seconds. Schmidt will dribble down, and Kearns will foul her in center of the line. And Grinnell converts a couple free throws here. They're really going to make it very difficult for Gilbert to have any hope of collecting a win here and advancing.
And it will be 2 shots.
This is the first free throw. Ivy Schmidt has played a whale of a game. What a good ball player. Fun girl to watch. A lot of good players on the floor tonight. Sydney Lynch has played a great game. Bowman also. Second free throw is good. 5-point lead now. Tigers need 2 baskets. They don't have much time left. Bowman will have it. 11 seconds. Bowman's going to fire the 30-footer. Misses, and Harris will run down the free throw. Lynch will foul her. Or tried to foul her. Now it's called. 4 seconds to go in the game. The 5-point lead. What a fantastic game. Both teams fought valiantly, and it appears at this point Grinnell's going to come out on top in a very, very hard-fought, close game. They will advance to play, we think, Bondurant Farrar. They were leading bigly over the Winterset Huskies.
And hey,
first free throw misses.
Huge shout-out to all of the senior girls this year.
Yeah, what a class. They've won more games than any other senior class. Probably. I didn't really research. I can't imagine any senior class winning as many games as they've had.
Yeah, I mean,
Katie
Kearns, Nessa Johnson, Ellie Bowman, Emma Cruz, Emma Bowman, Thea Rado. I think I said Katie's name already, Katie Kearns.
Kearns will drive in and has her shot go off, and that's how we'll finish. 57-51. Grinnell Tigers take down the Gilbert Tigers in a regional second-round game, and that will end the Gilbert Tigers season. Heartbreaker tonight. Played hard against just a really, really good team from a good conference that was up to the task tonight, and they avenged the loss to the Gilbert Tigers last year.
Yeah,
Grinnell will advance. We wish them and their fans good luck next week, or next, was it Tuesday or Wednesday night? I can't remember. Next week they'll play, it sounds like Bondurant Farrar. Yes. Troy, thanks for helping me out tonight.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Again, congratulations to the Tigers on just a really, really good season. And I know they obviously wanted to get back down to the well one more time, and just didn't happen. But it wasn't due to lack of effort tonight, man. They really played their tails off. So congratulations to them, even though I know it's a hard end of their season. So thank you, Trent, for helping me out tonight.
That was fun.
And thank you again. We'll have the boys broadcast their game here on Monday against North Polk, correct?
Joel and Jen, I think, are working
Joel and Jen, the J team, is going to work that game. And other than that, thank you again for tuning in, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a future broadcast.
Yep. Thanks again. Your final score, 57-51.